Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a video where I kind of go over what I've recently purchased. So this is stuff that I've picked up at thrift stores or movie stores or like Disc Replay or anything like that, or ordered online. And it'll give me a chance to kind of go through stuff that I've seen before or things that I'm interested in checking out. So the first thing that I want to show is Scavenger Hunt on Blu-ray. So I was able to pick this up when a library was kind of doing like this book sale and everything. And fortunately, they have movies, and I found this there. And I've heard a lot about this. It's kind of reminiscent from what I've heard to It's a Mad, 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 Mad World and Midnight Madness. And unfortunately, the only thing wrong with this is the previous copy, like the case was damaged and everything, and it almost seems like it's gotten water damage to it, just the case itself. And I'm not sure if you can kind of see from that angle, but what I ended up doing was just kind of trading in a movie that I kind of had doubles of in my collection, and I switched out the cases for it. It doesn't do the best job, but it's better than what it looked like before. It's a Kino Lorber title, and yeah, it just seems like something interesting to kind of check out. So the next thing that I picked up is the 7-Ups. So one of my favorite kind of, I guess you would say, favorite types of movies are 70s crime movies. And this came out in 1973, about 2 years after Roy Scheider was in The French Connection. And The French Connection is one of my favorite movies, and this is something that I've been wanting to check out for a long time. The unfortunate thing is that it's not streaming anywhere. And so it's kind of a little bit difficult to try and, see that way unless you want to order the DVD or Blu-ray. And it just so happened I was going through this movie store that I came across, and they ended up having it. And since I've picked this up, I have seen this. I wouldn't say it's as good as The French Connection, but this is still a very, very good crime 70s movie. It's fairly straightforward in the plot, and Roy Scheider really it's almost kind of like a continuation of his character from The French Connection. But yeah, it's a really good movie that has a mind-blowing car chase that happens about halfway through the movie. So if you're a fan of like 70s crime movies and everything, this is one that I would really recommend that you try to seek out. Next up is Bringing Out the Dead. So Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite filmmakers. Probably my favorite of his is After Hours. It's kind of hard, like Goodfellas, The Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed, Taxi Driver. They are all fantastic, and this is one that I've been wanting to revisit for a while because it's one that really starts to grow on you, and it's not as talked about as a lot of his other movies. And I know that this comparison has kind of been made a lot, but the best way I can probably summarize the plot of this movie is it's basically Taxi Driver, but with an ambulance. So it's Ambulance Driver. And yeah, the movie is it's probably like one of those movies where it's perfect to watch very late at night, kind of like when you're in that state of almost falling asleep in that kind of dream-like state. And that's what this whole movie feels like. And every single time I've rewatched this movie, it keeps going up on the list of his movies. And Nicolas Cage is fantastic in this, and Ving Rhames is perfect. And yeah, this is a very, very grimy movie that just really utilizes the location and the the fact that it all takes place mostly during the night, and you really start to kind of feel like this almost sense of you're continually feeling sleep deprived, just like the character. And it really does make for a fantastic experience when you view this. Okay, next up is a double feature of The Alien Factor and Fiend, two Don Dohler movies. So if you're kind of, well versed into kind of low budget, you know, I guess horror movies and science fiction movies from the early 80s, you would definitely know the name of Don Dohler because, he probably his most famous one is Night Beast, which I still have not seen yet. And then he did the Galaxy Invader, I think it's Blood Massacre. But The Alien Factor is his first movie, which came out in 1978. And so I have seen this one, and it gets very, how would you say, bonkers. Yeah, very bonkers during the last like 20 minutes. But I don't know. I strangely just kind of enjoyed watching it, and I know that this is probably one of his lesser movies, and like I said, his most well-known one is Night Beast. And yeah, I really want to try and check out Fiend next, because I've heard a lot of people say that is one of his better movies. And like I said, these movies are not for everyone, but if you're into that type of low budget kind of exploitation movies from the late 70s and early 80s, that Don Dohler is definitely a person to check out. All right, kind of following in the vein of exploitation, it's Freeway. So wow, how do I even go about this? So Freeway is insane. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this movie, and I was not expecting how weird of a movie it would actually be. So this is directed by Matthew Bright, and if you've seen the movie Forbidden Zone, he plays a role in Forbidden Zone. So I believe that this is his directorial debut, and then he will go on to direct the second Freeway. And I don't even know where to begin with this. This movie's insane. It just keeps changing and evolving throughout the whole story. It goes in so many different directions. Reese Witherspoon is fantastic in this. Kiefer Sutherland is great in this. And yeah, this just the places that this movie goes is wow. It definitely feels like the best John Waters movie that John Waters never made. All right, next up we've got The People That Time Forgot. And this is part of the Midnite Movies collection that MGM put out. And I've kind of slowly tried to start to collect all of them. I'm nowhere near as complete as some people are, but I'm working my way there. This has Doug McClure in it, and this kind of follows in the vein of like At Earth's Core and a lot of those kind of science fiction based American International pictures. And so I have not seen this, but I'm very eager to check it out and everything. I believe I have seen At Earth's Core, but that was a really long time ago, so I think that this will be a fun watch. And to finish the video off, this is one that I always remember hearing about when I was younger. I've never actually seen it, and I don't know, sometimes you're just in the mood for kind of a dumb comedy. So I picked up Joe's apartment. Yeah. That just kind of explains itself and everything. So, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have much to say about this, but so yeah, we'll see if this is as weird as what I've heard. And yeah, I'm just kind of, for some reason, like in that type of bad comedy mood, and I don't know if this will be a bad comedy or maybe an underappreciated comedy. I don't really know what to expect. But yeah, that cover kind of just says it all. And yeah, that's basically my collection update so far. I have more videos like this to come on the way, to kind of give some updates on my collection and everything, and to kind of go over some different movies in kind of a quicker amount of time and everything. And yeah, that's about it. All right, take care.